Hey guys, welcome to Everyday Fitness. My name is TJ. Here I want to help you get in shape to enjoy your life and your hobbies to the fullest. So this week I'm going to teach us one new exercise to work our core, and I'm going to show you guys a few exercises that I use to help keep me in shape for kayaking, some of the other activities that I do as well. And of course we'll continue the 200-day workout. Week 14. It's hard to believe we're at week 14. This week, the exercise I'm showing, I'll put that into the workout plan. Again, the workout plan I've already written out for you guys Monday through Sunday. I'll scroll those across the screen here in a moment, so get your phone ready to screenshot that. Before we continue, I want to remind you, always consult with your healthcare provider first before you start any diet, nutrition, or exercise program. All right, get your phones ready. Screenshot this now. Monday's coming across the screen, Monday through Sunday. Like I always say, these are nothing that you need a gym to complete. These are easy to follow steps. If anything, you do need that pull-up bar that I'm always talking about. I've got that link added below the show. You can follow it over to Amazon and get that for yourself. So this week I want to show you guys a video that I stole from yoga. My wife came home from yoga and was like, check this out, I learned this today. I'm like, that's totally cool. I'm going to steal that. I said, what is it called? She said, I have no idea. I said, great. I have to make up a name. So I'm just going to call them yoga planks. I'm sure there's a name for it, but I don't know what it is. So this is what they're going to look like. You're going to plank on your elbows this way. I found that the higher my booty is up in the air, the harder it is. But I'm going to plank. I'm just going to touch my hip, 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 hip. I've got a mirror set up here so I can see myself. It's important to know where your booty's at. Because I said, higher up in the air, it's much harder, much more of a stretch. It's like if you take a broom and hold a broom all the way out where the brushes are way up high, you know, just by the handle, there's a lot more leverage. Same with your hips. If your hips are higher up in the air, there's a lot more leverage. It's a really great workout. Really get a good feel across your core, your obliques, and some of your lower back. So I'm definitely going to put those in the plan this week. Try those out. As I've mentioned before, I'm an avid kayaker. Whitewater or ocean surfing, I absolutely love it. Now, when we first started kayaking, we were on flat water. Didn't really know much about whitewater. And so my middle brother was the first one who learned how to roll. We were really impressed that he could roll a kayak back over. What I mean by roll is if you're paddling and you fall over, this part of your body that breathes air is now under the water. Now there's a safety measure. You can pull a little tab and you come right out of the kayak. That's fine. It's really easy. A lot more safe than most folks think. But we wanted to be able to stay in the kayak. So we wanted to be able to roll back up to be sitting on the kayak the right way. So he tried and tried and tried. He broke a few paddles and finally got it. But he was having to use so much energy, so much power to do this exercise. Now, we all know how to do it so much easier. We can do it without even breaking a sweat, even though we're under the water. I guess you probably sweat while you're in the water. There's a whole point to all this. Fitness is very important in any sport or any activity. But I don't think there's any actual sport where people that are truly committed to that game only do that one thing. If someone's truly interested or committed to playing basketball, they don't just play basketball. They also have exercises that they do. To bring the conversation full circle, to hopefully make this make sense, where I live now, I'm really close to a man-made whitewater park. It's phenomenal. Basically, you can ride whitewater the entire time. You ride down the river, hop on the conveyor belt, it takes you back up and you can keep riding. You don't even have to get out of your kayak, you can just do hours of whitewater. There's really not many rivers that are like that, which is constant whitewater no matter what. So you're getting a pretty slamming workout the entire time. Like my brother, when he first started, we all first started, we were having to use so much energy and effort breaking paddles. I broke a paddle. He's broken 2. Being so sore and shredded at the end of the day, doing 2 runs of a river and just being completely wasted. We can't go any further, to now we can kayak so much longer because we've gotten in shape. Sure, maybe I'm not in any better shape than I was when I started. We've learned the technique. But here's where all this hopefully makes sense. I want to get out of my own way. I want to be able to practice, train, work out, learn a new technique as long as possible. I don't want to be too out of shape for roll practice. I don't want to be too out of shape to go to a pool and spend a few hours working on a new technique. I want to be able to go, work out, try that new thing, and learn the technique without having to be slowed down because I'm so out of shape where I just can't keep going. This goes back to what this whole program is for. I want you guys to keep playing and enjoy your life to the fullest. But I also want you to be able to enjoy your sport and learn. Get out of your own way. Get in shape to get better. As most people would probably agree, there's a guy named Dane Jackson. He's the best kayaker in the world. Him and I probably aren't in much different shape. There's probably some things I can do that he can't do. Can he out-kayak me? 100%, hands down, blindfolded with one paddle, regardless. Is it because he's in better shape than me? No. He's just infinitely better kayaker than I am. If I want to improve, if I want to get better at my sport, I need to have the strength and the energy, the stamina to be able to continue to practice. So I want to be in shape to get better. Gosh, I hope that makes sense. It does in my head a little bit. So hopefully that makes sense. This is my kayak here. This is my paddle. Depending on what roll you do, whether it's a C to C or the sweep, you're still going to be stretched out at some point. But I like to take this. I'm going to use a lighter band. I like to take this. I'm going to keep the hand that's closest to my hip stationary. I'm going to stretch and bring this up. Now, as you get more used to this movement, you can anchor your feet down underneath some dumbbells. Pin your feet down. This way, I can go all the way back. Of course, I do it on this side, but for filming purposes and all this garbage, I can't do it there. We want to be symmetric. What you do to the left side, you also need to do to the right side. Now that is very similar to doing one of the rolls that you do in a kayak. Because you're going to lean really far forward, and you just stretch all the way back. And believe it or not, your head is the last thing to come out of the water if you roll a kayak properly. Another thing that we do is constantly row, right? I showed you these things in one of my other videos about quarantine workouts. This is part of a row exercise, and also we use just one of the single bands here. If I'm using, when I say single, I'm not pulling against double the band, I'm only pulling against one. It's also giving me a lot more range of motion, so I might do it like this. Way more of an example of actually having a paddle in your hand. Your paddle's fixed, it doesn't really, your hands don't move separately, they always have to move together. So most of the time when I'm in the water, if I'm upside down, I'm probably going to be doing a C to C roll, which the reason it's called that is your hands and your arms make a C. There's a letter C on this side, there's a little C on this side. So I'm locking to the kayak and I C to C. Basically it. But I also like to kind of do a workout on there too. So for this, I want you to use a light band if you ever do these. Don't do a heavy band. This is not necessarily a strength building exercise, it's more of a movement exercise. I'm going to pin the down hand and just go up just a little bit. This is light. Again, it's not a heavy band at all. I don't like doing exercises where my spine is bent anyway. So this is a really good warm-up exercise. Use caution if you're doing those. Use caution. Listen to your body. Don't push that too hard. I do these exercises before I actually head out to the water. Get me loose, warmed up, ready to go. I hate hopping in the water and not being stretched out. Of course, it's water. Water is very forgiving. That's all I have, guys. I want to remind you, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and of course, YouTube. Please subscribe. Subscription is free. Subscription is the best way to make sure you don't miss any videos. I don't just put out the weekly videos for this 200-day workout program. I add some other videos throughout the week for some other fitness-related things. On the left side of the screen, click that. That'll take you to the list for the whole 200-day workout. It'll start at the beginning and come up here to week 14. Go back and watch week 1 and 2 together. It'll explain the whole process of what we're doing. On this side is the link. You can click that. It'll help you subscribe to this channel. You guys are awesome. Thanks for watching. Keep it up.